I'm gonna link this in Discord for anybody who would like to read it on their own time. But there's a couple of things here. One of which really made me laugh. Story goes, I DM'd this second edition. Problem player character meets other player characters for the first time, and as his opening interaction, fondles the female wizard, asking for her quote unquote services. I'm about to say something, but she says, sure, take your pants off. He does so. Wizard, burning hands. Me, huh. Well, that didn't kill you, but you have painful blisters on your genitals. Roll system shock. He has like a 2% chance of failure. Guy makes the roll. Okay, well, I guess I'll go soak in a bath. Wizard, I'll get it ready for you. Hands me a note. Salt water.
Oh!
Yeah, problem player character. Ah, that's better. Me. Actually, the salt water stings your seeping blisters. Roll system shock. Anything else? Problem player character. Make save. Well, I guess I'll just masturbate. Me. With your salt-encrusted and blistered genitals? System shock. Problem player character. Rolls a 1. You are overcome by pain so severe it kills you. You have now died from masturbation.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Perfect.
That's kind of crazy.
I like it.
There's a bunch of them here.
Do another one.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Be me a DM or a forever DM, finally being able to play after like a year of DMing. Tiefling Bard because I love to sing. We're traveling to defeat an orc war camp outside the capital. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Battle ensues, much song, dance, inspiration, and heat metal. Gets surrounded by orcs. Rutro. The DM tells me to make an opposed grapple check. Natural 1. The orcs turns, rolls back around, and I'm expecting 5 attacks at advantage. But no, that would have been too normal. I'm asked to make another opposed grapple check. Roll to 3. Woo! The DM hops on the mic and says, the orcs rip your clothes off. You are now naked and grappled. Is he trying to rape me? The Discord went silent for a legit 2 minutes. Wait, really? DM. Yeah, they're orcs. Me. I don't think I like this, dude. DM. They're orcs. If you don't like my world, you're free to leave. The sound of 4 people dropping out of Discord pings throughout the call. Rest in peace, being a player.
Oh my god. What
Hard.
the actual fuck?
Yep.
Wow.
Another one.
Okay. In high school, I was part of a 3.5 edition campaign with a bunch of guys who were really awesome, bar one detail which would eventually ruin everything.
Uh-oh.
It
Oh, no.
begins with a joke at the table. One guy, James, farts badly mid-game, to which another guy, Michael, says, James casts Stinking Cloud. Being immature boys, we found this hilarious. Our DM, however, found this so funny that he subsequently made the homebrew rule that ruined everything.
Oh no.
Oh
The
god.
rule went that every player character now had access to a modified Stinking Cloud effect. This was done by giving every player character gas points, which the DM tracked. These built up over time or by eating and drinking. It was a bit disturbing how much thought he put into how different things affected these points. Let these points build up and you start to take negative effects. The only way to clear these was by declaring character name casts Stinking Cloud and rolling a d20 and a d6 every so often, which would, depending on the number of gas points and the rolls, would determine the severity. At this point, the DM would break down laughing and give a crude description.
Oh my god.
Discovered that releasing at higher severities had effects which were useful in combat, including meaningful damage and stun effects. So we would abuse this by having our barbarian, who could, for some reason, build points very quickly, charge in and detonate. And then the rest of us would mop up whilst the cleric patched up the barbarian.
Oh my god.
This all ended when, celebrating in the tavern after a hectic battle, our warrior hadn't noticed how much he'd been holding in until being informed that drinking had put him at very near capacity. He farts then and there, rolls a natural 20 and a 6. This turns out to be the Armageddon fart.
Oh
The
my god.
DM
It was a
begins
fucking
to
butt sneeze.
describe in graphic detail a fart so bad as to melt the innards of the warrior and the chair he is sitting on.
Oh.
Don't ask me how that works, and how, as the smell quickly touches the rest of us, we all drop dead, and the tavern collapses. Again, don't ask me how that works. Thus was the end of the campaign. Total party killed by a fart.
Delta's right.
Oh my god.
Delta's right. It's a fucking butt sneeze.
Yep. Oh, this one's called Cheshire's. Oh no, that's just the name of the person. Never mind. I had a player who kept making dumb technical arguments to justify every little weird stunt he wanted to pull. Ran out of arrows and wanted to shoot rocks from his bow. Kept arguing that he'd seen someone do it, so it totally worked. Couldn't make camp in the muddy, grimy floor of the cave, so he wanted to sleep on the ceiling, upside down, with his boots of spider climbing. When we pointed out that the blood would rush to his head, he argued that there wasn't a source book that stated that elven biology was affected by gravity that way. So a goblin ran around the corner and threw its poop at him. He exploded. And we pointed out that there wasn't a source book that stated goblin poop didn't double as volatile explosives when thrown at upside down sleeping elves.
Oh my goodness, that's a fuck you from a DM.
I like it.
once had a guy that tried to cheese the big boss fights, saying stuff like, "There's nothing in the rulebook that says dragons can dig, so I'm going to make a bunker and blast it with firebolt for 3 in-game weeks." For the record, he was a level 1 character wanting to do this solo. The dragon was meant to be fought by 3 to 4 level 4 players. True, the rules don't say dragons can dig, but I'm the DM, and I say the dragon can, and will rip through your muck shack and violently disassemble your ribcage.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's another one. I once rolled a character with stats so low, the DM made me a carrot.
You are.
You are a
Okay.
vegetable.
The worst guy I ever played with was a guy who cheated. He was a one-upping, me first, min-maxing, rules-lowering murder hobo. But that I can deal with as a DM. What I can't deal with is cheating. When I caught him and confronted him about it, I probably would have let him keep playing with the group if he just confessed and promised not to do it again. But he tried to blame shift and obfuscate and all kinds of other things. So I asked him to leave and not come back. Oh, this one's not very funny. That's gay. This guy kept trying to rape female NPCs and female player characters in game, saying that it was in character for him. He later found a scarab of death, and after it burrowed into his heart, I politely asked him to leave.
Good. Good.
There's some creepy people out there.
Yeah.
I ran a campaign set in an industrial revolution, but with the light steampunk twist. There were numerous things this one player complained about. Why do I need to buy a train ticket? I'm just going to sneak onto the train. Wait, why am I being thrown off the train? What do you mean I'm not allowed to build a peasant railgun? What do you mean I can't call in an orbital strike? Why does the King's Guard want me to put my bombs in a secure store while I meet the king? I won't do it. Wait, why am I being taken to jail? What do you mean I can't sneak out of a secure leprosy ward? I was only bluffing that I was sick. And many, many more.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That one's kind of long. I'm not going to read that one. That one's kind of long. One player kept bringing whichever flavor of the wheat girl he was bringing or he was banging to join our weekly game. Ultimately, they would break up and we'd have wasted the better part of several sessions constantly introducing new player characters who would usually only be there for one session. His character was lured to his doom via falling damage by a Harpies song after some bad tactical decisions and horrendous saving throws.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah. The Harpies were named after the characters that had left us due to the players' unchecked philandering ways, presumably cursed and transformed after they had vanished from the story.
I
Wow.
like that. I like it.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here.
One more, and then I really do have to go.
Yeah. Oh, that one sounds interesting. It's kind of, it's not too long. So a friend and I hung around for a bit, and finally two guys came to us and introduced themselves as writers who wanted to try and sell us their brand new RPG. That I wouldn't be able to name for the love of all that is holy. We talked a bit and agreed to give it a try, so we followed them to a table where two other guys and two empty seats were waiting for us. Then they explained their concept. In that world, aliens had invaded Earth, and all the powers of the world tried to resist them. Every player character went from a land that managed to survive and repel the invaders. And the overall theme was anime-ish, for the lack of a better term. Among 5 players, I only remember 3 of the characters, which were a female Russian spy that was proficient with any kind of weapon. In fact, she had some kind of grenade launcher in her left arm. A blue-haired 12-year-old lolly girl and her mech, kind of like a young diva from Overwatch. And mine, a Canadian lumberjack who wielded an impressive woodcutting axe and chugged maple syrup like some kind of magic potion. Overall, all in good fun.
I like the maple syrup guy.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it was stupid, but this mindless setup was the simplicity of the rules made for a great game overall, and we had that night a genuine nice time. We battled some monsters, some enemy mechs, we managed to infiltrate an old nuclear plant that the aliens had running again, where weapons were made, and we fought our way to the core of the facility. And then we saw it. We have to stop there and describe our group and our mindset. Around this table were 2 guys that wanted to sell their game. 2 guys that were way too much into the anime spirit, and my friend and I, who both kind of liked the genre. I hate to say it, but the 2 other guys were absolute cliches. Neckbeards, dark shirts with their hieroglyphic metal band names. One of them even had a fedora. So the table went this way. The writers multiplied the anime cliches just so the other 2 guys would squeal with delight, while my friend and I followed the lead, amused and intrigued. We had a nice time, really, until we saw what was hiding in the core of the plant. I'll remember all my life the slimy grin that appeared on the face of the player who played the lolly in her mech when the game master described the creature that was facing us. In French, it was called an octobite. In English, that would be a coctopus. And so, the shark had been jumped. We were not playing in anime land anymore. We had reached the moist and slimy shores of Hentaiberg. The creature was swinging his massive dongs around, which I could have found funny when playing with friends and a little inebriated, and crawling along the walls to get to the mech. The player literally suicided his character when the young lolly decided to jump right at the thing, who stopped the attack quite easily and got the girl out of her combat suit. And yes, you know what happened there. 4 people we did not know at 4 a.m. on Sunday morning just played the rape of a young girl by the tentaculous monster in a crowded area, laughing their hearts out. And that's where we cringe quitted. My
Wow.
friend and I bailed out and left the table, pretexting to need to get some sleep, and left them to end the session. To this day, I still remember the cold shivers that went down my spine when they just started to describe in great details what happened to the character. Oh God, never again.
Oh my goodness.
Holy hell! Yeah, that's a good one to end on. That's
Yeah.
good
I
God.
can't imagine sitting at that table just watching that go down, and I'm like, nope, fuck it, nope.
Oh, I still like the Fartigaddon.
Oh shit!
I like the part.
Shit!
The
Shit! Shit!
Fartigaddon was good. Some of these I haven't read before, so I'm just kind of going off of what I see on these little pictures.
Oh my goodness.
Oh sheesh.
That was
Alrighty.
dark.
That
Oh.
was.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna take off.
All right.
Goodbye.
Have a
See
good
ya.
one.
Have a good one.